All right, I guess it looks like we're live and nobody's here. I'll wait for you to get here. Share it out while I'm waiting. Don't forget to push that like button on your way in here, guys. All right. Beautiful day in the neighborhood here in Nebraska. I don't know about where you guys live. I put a link up there for anyone who might want to join me. Says I am live, you guys. Come on. What's everybody out playing in the snow or something? Bama, how you doing, Bama? Good to see you. You're the first one. How are you doing this fine Saturday? Oh, that's great. How's your weather? Hey, Uncle. Good to see you. How are you doing today?
Hi, Will.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
All right.
You're
Hi.
looking pretty good.
Oh yeah, I finally got the bandage off, but with the I gotta keep one eye closed because I get depth perception. I'm getting nauseous and I don't want to barf. Bomb a backwoodsman. Oh, I tell you, it's like remember the two new meds when you first took them? Will it made you nauseous?
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
I hate it when they switch around my meds.
Ditto here. It's like, oh, don't worry, we'll give you new medication. It's injectable.
It's going to be good for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
they don't have to bazooka vomit to get. Uh, it didn't please my grandnephews or nieces. It was during Sunday brunch breakfast.
Uh-huh.
Sick, and I sprayed the whole restaurant and my nephews and nieces, the little ones. I was watching them kitty table. They were not pleased, or the restaurant. Okay. Ooh. So, what's the chat today?
We're going to be talking about the economy and an SHTF event.
Okay. Now you know what happened in Singapore and Hong Kong because everybody has cash. Remember the old saying, "Cash is king."
Cash will
Well,
be king if the collapse happens.
true, but they have a partial collapse over there in China and that region, so nobody's taking cash. And
Yeah,
banks are
yeah.
closed. Nobody's taking cash unless you're using a card like Bitcoin or uh, they're not taking ATM cards or debit cards. They're taking regional or international credit cards.
I heard that Bitcoin's not doing too good.
Oh no, because they got caught doing some illegal stuff. You know, the dope dealers say we don't have to transfer money. We'll just use Bitcoin to transfer our drug money. You
Yeah,
heard what happened to that one English guy? He forgot his codes. The DEA intercepted his codes and his phishing kit. So he lost about $26 million in drug money.
yeah. They were using the Bitcoin to launder their money with.
Not launder, transfer.
Yeah, well, same difference.
Well, no,
Because you don't know.
launder is you take legal money and you hide your illegal money. So that's laundering. Transfer is using a means to bypass the
The
legal.
bank. Yep.
Yep. That's why a lot of drug dealers have banks. Is it snowing over there or it's a nice day?
Oh, it's a nice, beautiful day here.
Oh, good. Over where I am at, it's cloudy.
Cloudy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
kind of
means
sunny here.
the storm in about a week is going to head towards your direction. Here we're not getting too bad up north of us.
That's right, Obama. I grid down for about a week. Money will be good, but after that, then it won't be worth a darn either. You'll have
Now,
to barter or trade your
barter,
skills.
right? Barter trade or skills or precious metals. Gold, silver, it'll be like the old days. Pieces of eight, gold, jewelry, anything shiny like pearls. You know, it's like you have to be careful about that too. Uh, After World War II, they had a flood of precious metals and golds from both refugees and also from the Nazis escaping from Allied judgment. Remember?
The first thing that'll go down, well, it'll be all commerce will cease up, and then the ATMs won't work and the banks won't open because there won't be any cash there.
Right.
Then cash will be king for a while, but then the crisis will go on for a few weeks and people will view it as worthless. So then that's when you'll get into either bartering or stuff like that.
Yeah. In the 80s, they had the same problem in East Germany when the Soviets collapsed and their Deutschmark went. Because I was there and I see people throwing money into the fires because it's worthless. All it's
Yep.
good is burn it or use it as toilet paper. I do not recommend using money for toilet paper. East Germany have a hell of a time unclogging coins and toilet paper, not toilet paper, the East German Deutschmark out of toilets and the sewer system. They showed on the news, on British BBC News, that they extracted about 500,000 marks out of the
Out of the
sewer.
sewer system, yeah.
Yeah, because people are flushing it down the toilet.
Well,
You
it's
know,
worthless to them.
yeah, you could be a king. All you need was blue jeans and toilet paper, and it'll get you one of those Trumbucket cars. Ever seen a Trumbucket car?
Uh, Seen pictures of them.
Yeah, it's the only car that you open the glove box to pour in the oil, and the starter is not a key; it's a pull cord.
Yeah.
So you're in the car. Basically, it's a riding mower. You're in the car pulling the damn starter cord, and guess what's the top speed?
About 20,
No, 45. 20,
45.
yeah, 20 is highway speed. It is the worst car ever made because Stockton got a bunch of them and tried to sell them here. But as low as $600, you get a brand new Trabunket.
Yeah.
God, that was horrible. The windows don't go down, it's bolted. It's like your house, like a house window. You couldn't open the side windows.
Yeah, after all the money stops flowing, there'll be the communications will stop after that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
means, that means if you get a cell phone, that's not going to work either, you know.
Hi, Jehovah Doc.
Hey, Jody Dak, how you doing?
Yeah, cell phones, they
Cell
only
phones
have,
will be dead in the water, and they'll be limited to radios in the towers too. You know, it'll be just depend on what you're close to. You know, towers might work, but it'll be
it's kind of iffy on the towers because I live near Three Rivers, that's in the mountains. They don't have cellular reception, and most of the towers here runs on a generator or batteries, and that's only lasts a week. And once that's gone, the towers are useless. And where I live near Three Rivers, up in the mountains, you get to a point past Three Rivers, there's no cellular or phone service. It's too rugged. It's like, where's the landline? Over there at Three Rivers. So if you have to make a call with a landline number, because landline has its own power source.
yeah.
Because I keep
Airfare that will overload too, and then because of all the calls
right,
and to the police and the firefighters and the ambulance and stuff like that.
yeah. So it's back to ham radio. Hi, Pepperdale. It's only got one eye, can't see anything.
Hey, Tibor,
Hey, Tibor. Yeah,
Pepperdale.
it's going to be the old system: telegraph, ham radio. What I'm afraid is signal towers.
Yeah, people will start watching their cities actually just kind of burn down around them, you know.
Oh yeah, the big cities will. The smaller cities in town, if you're well packed and well prepared, you should get through most of it. It's going to be like the Old West, like the 1880s or 1840s. I think telegraph will be coming back big time.
Probably ham radios. Ham radios are big in the smaller towns because they use it for uh, emergencies out here, you know, like in the middle of nowhere where I live.
Oh yeah,
It's a big thing out here.
ditto here, because a lot of people from the big cities, because Visalia is really small. I could walk around it in one day. It's only 25 miles around, and mostly it's country. So you got to have CB or ham radios.
VCR,
Hey, Sierra.
yeah. So, you know, if you got, now you've got everything shutting down, you know, you got your bank shutting down and uh, other stuff, then you'll have to start worrying about the farms won't have enough water to uh, water their fields or anything. Everybody's plumbing will quit working. You know,
Yeah,
it just has a slow effect of everything slowly shutting down, and you know, depending on how long the event is, you know,
right.
you're going to
Uh,
have to hope for a short event so
true.
that everything can get back to normal. But if it's a long event, things will slowly start breaking away.
It's like this, Will, on the farms, depending if it's a terraform area or if it's an area where it has natural water, shouldn't be that bad. But like my area, I'm terraformed. So our water comes from the three lakes above us.
Hi,
So,
Mrs. Gill.
hi, Mrs. Gill. So if the power goes, we don't get water. We go back to original what we were. 150 years ago, a desert. And we used to have a lake and we drained it. Now it's going to be worse. We're going to be a bigger desert
Yeah.
because everybody forgets Tule Lake. It was one of,
People forget, that if
yeah,
something like that were to happen, it'd be okay for a few days, but then everything's going to start breaking down. People do crazy stuff when things start breaking down. Their brains stop working right.
right.
Electricity is required to clean the water and the pumps for the sewer and stuff like that. So without all that stuff, you're really starting to uh, not think correctly.
Yeah,
And you'll start being dehydrated, and that makes you not think very good. And
yeah.
then the human waste part is going to be a bad one.
Yeah, what cracks me up, well, remember I told you, welcome to the 1840s, my
Yeah.
catchphrase from last year? Well, a lot of people don't remember, I remember as a kid, outhouses.
Oh
Nobody
yeah.
ever, nobody
Nobody
remember.
really knows about those anymore, but
I
they,
do. I'm a farm kid. I had to clean one out. That was not fun. But a lot of people don't understand sanitation is going to be a problem. Like you said, water is going to be a problem. Food, oh, there's Gil. Hey, Gil. Food's going to be a really big problem because right now, because of just-in-time delivery systems, the farmers will have food rotting in the field. No way to store it, no way to preserve it.
yeah, Pepperdale's got it right. He said civilization has become too civilized, and they're just not used to having things slip away from them.
Oh, there's Guilford. I didn't realize Guilford was here. Hey,
Gilbert
Guilford.
Patton's here, yeah,
Yeah,
the evil twin.
yeah, from the shield helicarriers. You know how that got started about, which is really funny. They were going to put jets inside the 707 instant carrier around the world. Didn't work out too well.
Aqueducts, yeah. Good luck with that, CR.
Yeah, but the trouble, CR aqueducts has to be engineered right. See the Roman ones? They were masters of aqueducts. And did it save their civilization? Because they still have aqueducts in Rome that are still working today.
They have aqueducts here in the United States too, but you have to
True.
live in the right area of the country.
You know what's the biggest one in California, Will?
No,
Okay, in California, we have the longest and biggest aqueduct that serves the Central Valley. And also, we have the Hood pumping station. So if LA needs water, it has to go through there. And that's the high point of the aqueduct.
hey Grumpy, I didn't see you slip in. How you doing?
Oh, is Dave's here?
Yep.
Hey, Dave.
You
Uh,
want to come up, Dave? Or are you busy? Feeding the youngin.
oh, feeding kids. Cool. Um, oh, yeah. If the Hood pumping station goes out, LA don't have any water because LA gets their supplies from Hood pumping station. Hood gets it from the California aqueduct. It gets it also from Colorado River, and I forgot the third one. But without the Hood pumping station, no water gets into LA, and it's on our side of the hill.
Yeah.
So we're really mad at LA. Okay, clunk. How much is for the water? Same thing as San Francisco. Most of their water comes from Yosemite.
Of course, there's states like Missouri and Tennessee and places like that. They have all kinds of spring water coming up out of the ground.
Yeah, but you got to be careful on that.
About
Some
how
of
deep
the,
they are.
yeah, deep they are, and also some of them drying out too. Who was it? I can't see it. keyboard said keep the creepy crawlers out.
Keep
These
it
things,
growing.
these things after SHTF, insecticide's going to be a big profit.
I
You think it,
worry.
hey Larry, you think it's bad now after HASTF? The big one.
The big one, the
Yeah,
Kiowaki one,
yeah, Tiwaki. You see all these things? There'll be millions of them.
gazillion of them. Yeah. You know, you got all the water shutting down. You got the banks and stuff. Then you're gonna have to worry about the grocery stores. They're gonna be stripped bare. You know, and people are not gonna be able to get the food that they thought they would just run to the store and get when all hell broke loose. You know, it's just not gonna be there anymore. And then
Right.
what about the pharmacies, you guys, that you're used to going and getting your medicine from? They won't have anything left either because everybody will have gone in there and knocked them on the head, taking what they need, and probably some of what they don't need too. You know,
True. It's like all the junkies will go nuts for the first 2 weeks.
there's like 13% of all Americans that are hooked on some sort of opioid drugs. Probably a higher number than that by now,
Yeah,
but at least 13% are, and they're
yeah,
going to be in there clearing those shelves off for the people that really need them. So
yeah.
you're going to have all those people that are not happy campers. So
True.
slowly it just starts breaking down on you.
Me, it's a money making event. If you get there first and you store it up and make sure you portion it out right, you can make a good amount of change. But big thing is, what's biggest habit next to drugs people have? Alcohol, sugar, junk food. They'll go crazy without it, right? Well,
Yeah, they'll be addicted to it. I mean, most of us are now. You know, I try not to eat any of that stuff. You know, but like I like to have a popsicle every day, and you know, I try to stay away from things like candy bars and stuff. But you know, once in a great while, I get a real hankering for one, and no matter what I do, I can't stay away from it. I have to go get one or have one delivered or something like that. You know, I can't help myself, and that's what they make them for. You know,
oh yeah,
so if you can stay away from sugar, that'd be a plus. But most people are addicted to it.
right. I think it's Haley Marie. Hi, Haley Marie.
You're
Yeah,
you're addicted to salty food, Lori.
same here. But I'm Japanese, and
Yeah, I like salt in my food too. If it
yeah.
doesn't have it in it, I always add it to it.
Oh yeah. CR mentions coffee and caffeine. That'd be another commodity.
Oh
Remember?
yeah, I used to drink coffee like it was going out of style, like 24/7. And when I finally had to stop drinking so much, I could only have like one or two cups a day. I just quit drinking it altogether. I figured one or two cups a day just isn't worth drinking it, you know. So I started getting horrendous headaches from not drinking it. So I did. I started drinking one or two cups a day, and that keeps the headaches away.
But the nice thing about coffee, it's worth money.
Oh, it's a good barter item for sure.
Oh yeah, you could trade a cup of coffee for something. It's like, here, I'll pour you a cup. First one free. Second one's like a half a cow or side of beef or something. You know, I figure out I'll just open up after Kawaki, open up a saloon, have all the things that people want: food, gambling, and alcohol.
And then the GPS. Think about the GPS. Most people have cell phones or something that has a GPS in it, so they can find their way.
Yeah,
But
that's not gonna work.
it won't work. Eventually, they will just quit working. The satellites will not work anymore because there's not the people there to program them or make sure that they're giving out the right information or anything like that.
Yeah, well, we have the satellites overhead. It's like you said, well, down here, we won't have the relays to the phones. Nobody to program them, nobody transmitting them to the phones in areas where they need it. So
Well,
what?
that's one of the first things that'll go down are cell phones. We
Yeah.
already talked about that. Cell phones will be worthless.
Oh
You
yeah.
might be able to use them for things like GPS and stuff in the beginning, but in the end, if the grid is down and the economy is upside down because all the banks and stuff are out of business, the GPS is going to go away too because there's just not enough people to program the satellites.
Like Gil says, map and compass.
That's right. I don't know
You
how
know,
many people should learn how to do that. It's like he said, he did it in Boy Scouts, and so did I. I was a leader in my son's Boy Scout troop too, and that's how I learned to put the map on a piece of paper with a map and read it, orientate it out so you knew where you were going.
I
And
got a question.
that's how I learned how to do it.
Right. Well, I have a question for you. You were in the Navy, right?
Yep.
Did they ever train you on the sextant?
No,
No.
they tried, but I wasn't. I was just too not interested in it.
Yeah, that's also another good tool. If
Young and dumb, I guess.
no problem. The sextant, sorry, sextant is good if you're in a location like I am. If you're in a part where it's desert and you don't have any featured landmarks, you have to use the sun to orienteer. It's like
Or the stars.
or the stars, but you have to wait until it's night, then you're wandering around in the dark.
I wish I had not been so irresponsible and not learned it, but I was just had too many other things I wanted to do while I was in there.
Knew that.
That wasn't it. I wasn't too interested in seeing places I hadn't seen yet, seeing the women I hadn't seen yet.
Yeah. But anyway, trying to think on commodities. In the, almost vomited there.
What is azimuth? I better look it up.
I can't see it. Ask Will over here.
I don't know here in a second. Destination is a way to measure your destination. I'll have it up in a second.
Yeah, the Vikings used the moonstone. They also used kind of a primitive form of sextant. Also, they had the little dialy thing. I can't remember the term.
I can look it up where I can see it.
Yeah. Uh,
Let's see. It's Arabic. The plural form of Arabic noun as meaning direction, an angular measurement in a spherical coordination system.
yep. Yeah, creative redundancy. It's going to be more close to the 1840s or the
If I get that
1880s.
brought up, there we go. I'll see if I can bring that up. And hold on. This is as messy. I found it.
Oh boy, I hate taking new medications. Talk about being loopy.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yay.
I found it. That's an azimuth. Azimuth. That's how they measure. Is that right, Tibor? Yeah, it's a sun compass. It'd be like telling the time of day, only getting it in degrees.
Yeah. Also, that's also a good form of commodity is know how to read maps and all this stuff because people are going to be lost, wandering in circles.
I saw you come in the back door, Ryan.
Where's Ryan? Oh, there's Ryan. Hey, Ryan. Oh, boy, am I tired. Blech.
That's a good one. Thanks, Tibor.
Thanks, Lori Jean. It's a lot of coffee I've been drinking to counteract this medication today. It's worse than getting drunk because it gives you all the bad side effects afterwards, like the hangover.
The hangover. I hate hangovers.
Dehydrated and nauseous to the stomach, and then vomiting. I don't like that part. So anyway, if everybody remembers, I think the underground talks about precious metals. You have to be careful with precious metals because if everybody has precious metals, what are you going to trade it for? You know, if I have a bunch of beans and I need rice, I'm not going to trade my gold
Yeah.
for another pile of gold or silver. I might trade it for like medicine or something else. But the food is going to be, in a long term, food is going to be king for bartering, and also clean water. So if you know how to clean water, that's also another, brown and green chunky water or pool water. No.
We could have a economic SHTF effect without having anybody attack us. We could have a cyber attack, or we could have a solar attack. A solar flare could cause us to have banks and everything shut down.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to be somebody like reaching out and trying to cause any problems with us.
Like Iran and Iraq, Iran and North Korea. Those are the two next to China, the worst ones that cyber attacks. Sorry.
We got like a cyber attack or a solar flare. That would be something that would be able to shut our grid down.
Oh yeah.
Without another country coming in and doing anything. So that would be something for us to think about. We don't always have to think about somebody coming over here and causing any problems.
Okay. Yeah, now I see you guys.
You're using 500 million what, Rory? Yeah, I think you're right too, balkanized. We talk about it so much about everything falling apart on us, and so that's why I'm always thinking about why I have to save all the stuff I do. I don't think about somebody coming over here and dropping a nuclear bomb on us or anything. I think it's going to be something much more simpler than that.
Right. Hi, Fuzzy Forks.
Oh, you're talking about money, Lori? Dollars. Yeah, money. Yeah, you're probably right. 500 million a day easily.
Yeah. Don't forget what happened to Rhodesia when it turned into Zimbabwe. They went to the socialist program. Everybody will have their own little farm and garden. And now, how much is a Rhodesia? Zimbabwe dollar? Is it at $1 billion for a single bill?
Wonder what would happen if we had a worldwide power failure.
Oh God, everything will go nuts.
That would be totally upside down crazy.
You'll see more people die in a week.
because then you got everybody's on the same page.
Oh yeah.
I'll go look at it, please. I'll go look at that video. I didn't know they were doing that. I'll go look at it when we get done here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We'll try Guns and Gadgets. That channel, they're up to date on the A2 movement.
You have matches. Matt, I think Bic lighters. I think everybody ought to have some stock in Bic lighters.
Yeah. Matches, that's good. Also,
Matches are good, but you can take a handful of old Bic lighters that don't work for you anymore and throw them in a box, and a couple of months down the road, go back and you'll get some more fire out of them. Be enough fire to get a fire started.
oh yeah. Also, you can refill them, but that's a difficult term to do. They do it in Cuba and stuff. But you have
Bic
to have,
lighter.
yeah, you have to have a special key to unlock the bottom to refill it with a butane canner.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I suppose anything's possible.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Like I said, Will, it's like going back to the old days, 1840s, flint and steel.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing? Good to see
Hi,
you.
Kyle. Flint and steel, you know.
Flint and steel. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it'd be pretty crazy if we saw the whole world go, the lights go out on the whole world.
What
That
are
would be something to do with like the solar flare or something like that.
Yeah, they had that big one back in 1835, I think, that solar flare that hit the Earth. It melted then only telegraph wires. Could you imagine what it'd do today?
Yeah.
And back then, a lot of people were more independent away from the big cities. Big cities were still like the farms, but they still used candles. They had lamps, barely started steam power. I don't see too many steam powered anything nowadays.
Carrington event. Is that what that would be called, Tibor? If the whole world went black?
Well, no, I think that's the one that happened back in the 1830s, the Carrington event. It was named after the British scientist who discovered it. Thank you, Tibor.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? I didn't see you sneak in that side door.
Oh, is Michael here? Hey, Michael.
Yeah, we have to think, when there's not any electricity at all, what we'd be losing, the vehicles would be dead in the water, and there'd be trucks that stop delivering food, the grocery stores would be stripped of all their crud in just a matter of hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Wouldn't
doing.
be able to replenish any of that stuff as long as the cars and delivery trucks weren't being able to deliver anything.
Right. And yeah, I think Tibor got it correct, 1855 to 1850 or something like that. I can't see. I had to turn off my other tablet so I can see this one right here.
Purdell, how you doing?
Daryl's here?
Yep, for Purdell.
Oh, hey. That's why I'm doing the food density series, and also I think Gil of Gil Patton's family compounds is doing one at 4 today.
He gonna be right after me.
Yeah.
I'll be on his panel probably. I usually am anyway.
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. I agree with Gil, eat what you like, but be careful on that because we're looking for long term, like Will says over here, for long term use. So you better have it staged. You have your canned goods, your dry goods, and your bulk foods. And a lot of people messes up on the bulk foods. I ain't panicking. I complain, but I ain't running to my grocery store buying stuff. I already got it stashed away and hidden, never to be seen by anybody. I don't even tell my family where I hid it. Remember, Will, what happened to your stash?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, I got mine under lock and key.
yeah. Before that, everybody went into your stash and started eating you out.
Yeah, and I didn't even know it until I went and looked at it.
It's always fun when you have like a year's supplies of food and you find 6 months has been erased.
Well, that's taken care of. The good old padlock now.
Ah, good.
It's easy to collect that food. I did a video on it the other day, just going out and looking for the sales and buying a case of canned goods at a time is pretty cheap. If you do that once a month, it doesn't take long, and you've got a year's worth.
Oh, yeah. And also, you can hit the restaurant supply companies because they handle bulk goods in cans. And like you go to the grocery store, you see like the biggest bag of flour, okay? Maybe 10 pounds, 25 pounds, 5 pounds. There you can buy in 100-pound sacks.
You're trying to be Johnny Appleseed there, Dale. Spreading your garden seeds along the paths that you take.
Only problem is you need water and everybody else eats your vegetables. Not two-legged, four-legged critters. You're going to see the fattest rabbits and the fattest deer. And like, oh, this nice man planted all this stuff for us. We just munch as we follow him.
Well, I don't know if I was in a live stream or what the other day, and they were talking about gardens, and there's a lot of the bigger cities now that are going to what they call community gardens.
Yeah, but I read history and I'm a garden. Well, you see my video, Will, on my pea plants?
Well, if everybody in the neighborhood is planting something in there, and if they all plant something, it should be all theirs to take. So
Right.
that's how I look at it.
Right. But also, what I do in my neighborhood, anybody who didn't know, I always go over there as a housewarming thing, is I give them a fruit tree. So everybody, I now got covered the whole neighborhood now. Everybody has a fruit tree. You know why?
Why?
Okay. It's a perennial. Every year it produces fruit. So I give them either a plum tree, an apple tree, a pear tree, orange tree.
Well, look at Howie. He's got trees growing right in his house.
I know. I think he has a banana tree somebody gave him.
He's got banana trees and lemon trees and orange trees that he grows right inside of his house.
Right. And he lives in Canada, too.
Hi, Walter. How you doing?
Yeah, I tell everybody, give a fruit tree to your neighbors or fruit bushes. That way the whole neighborhood's a big food garden, like Howie says. Like Howie says.
We're going to be changing to daylight savings time next week. I don't know how many of you guys know that.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's on the 8th.
I think it is, Will. 8th is a Saturday or Sunday? I think it's Sunday.
I'd have to look it up, but I know it's the 8th.
I think it's a Sunday, too. So it got to be the 8th. Let me check my calendar if I got one. Yes, it's a Sunday. Oh. What did Thor say?
3C camps. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, not concentration. Civilian Conservation Corps, CCC. Oh yeah, work project programs. That didn't work too good under Obama. Remember, everybody with a shovel. God, that was the biggest ripoff ever.
what they got going here. For
Bad Sky Watcher. Your apple tree got chopped.
teaching kids, might not be the right one. Says it's for teaching kids at 3C camp.
Yeah, that's Civilian Conservation Corps. Excuse me. Hi, Dina. You snuck in. Only got one eye still working. Also, not drugs too. Oh, never get eye surgery because they won't give me painkillers.
Franklin D. Roosevelt came up with the idea.
Oh yeah.
CCC camp and WPA. That might be what we end up doing if it keeps going the way it is.
True. Sky, on the Gaffer
Conservation Corps.
You need to go to a horticulturist store or a garden store and try to find a gaff. What you call it? I can't think of the word. Not gaffer's tape. It's when you
to be a little bigger for you guys.
When you bind trees of different types. I forgot the word when you shoot. And I work in farming, so when you want to combine two different species of lemons together, and you use that kind of tape, and within about 3 months, it should fuse back together again. Sorry, it's just being sick. Now let's see.
As a way to create work opportunities that would not interfere with normal employment.
Yeah, well, one time, Sky, I had a tree that had 4 kinds of apples because I grafted different species to one rootstock.
That might be what we're headed into right there, Tibor.
Yeah. Agree, Pripperdale. The trunk has to be secured. If it's below a certain level, grafting won't work. I'm getting old. Old, tired, sick.
You can create a hybrid by doing that.
Oh, yeah, well, kind of. I used to do it with my walnuts. I take black walnut stock and I put the English walnut on top of it. So black walnut has really strong roots. English is weak. So I put the nut part of the English walnut on top of the black walnut, and it grows fine. A lot of hard work.
You got a question out there. Do you see it? Do you grow dwarf or full size trees?
With the way the winds are going, dwarf. Do you know how big a full size tree is? It's 2 stories. If you go with a dwarf, it's only less than 10 feet.
Some dwarfs are only 3 or 4 feet.
True. And they're nice. I have a bunch in my backyard. I have a mandarin orange, and I got, I forget the other one.
You should have Howie send you some trees, Lori.
Yeah, it's nice, Lori. Dwarf trees are great. I have a bunch in my backyard. I got a dwarf apricot and a dwarf apple. because I'm getting too old. I can't climb a. You know how big a full-size apple tree is? That's 26 feet. I'm not that young. I can't climb that high.
A dwarf apple tree?
No, regular size. Regular size apple tree is normally 26 feet tall. Because I think
Yeah, I think I remember that part, Tibor. I think you're right. I think it was in Idaho. Fishwork likes dwarf ladies.
yeah, dwarf trees are great. Yeah, but
You'll be able
Laura,
to find some, Lori. Some
yeah,
of those trees go dormant in the wintertime, even for the harsh winters that you have there.
yeah, best is maple, apple. I think it's maple and apple. That's about it. And there's some kind of can be peach, some kind of plum. So you're about limited maple, apple, some plums. You see, Canada is not a really big orange producer. Sorry, because it snows. Let's see. What were we talking about? Well,
Uh,
I lost track.
you lost track already?
I'm getting old, or vintage, as Fuzzy Fork says. I'm getting very vintage in my youth. Or
The economy and the grid down situation. That's what we've been talking about, but then we got off track. I let it go off track some. It's getting to be the time of year where everybody's got to be thinking about planting their crops. So they're off on that tangent, and that's fine.
yeah, Dana, no. I mean a regular fruit tree. Because we have on my farm, on my nephew's farm, we have machines that trim down our big trees. So we don't have our workers kill themselves getting the fruit.
You have gardeners that come in then?
For my house? No, I got my nephews.
Your nephews?
Yeah, have you seen my rose bushes when they mowed them down?
Yeah, I was out there. I was watching that video today. You he cut it down to nothing.
Oh yeah, they're $100 rose bushes from England, and he just went, "I got a power trimmer," just massacred them. That's why I don't show anybody my main garden anymore. I don't want them to come out there. We got a power trimmer, Uncle. Those weren't weeds; those are vegetables. It's funny as hell, Will. A lot of people don't know what's a vegetable and which is a weed. uh,
Everybody getting their gardens ready then? Since we're talking about trees and growing, everybody getting their dirt turned up and everything, getting ready for uh, planting. I'm going to try this new thing this year since I don't have much room to grow in.
Grow up.
Gonna use uh, a. It's gonna be the bed's gonna be up in the air,
Right.
but then at the bottom of the planter, I'm gonna put in pipes and then cover that with
Perlite?
material, and
Perlite.
it's gonna be aerated. So the roots will be aerated instead of just growing down into the wood.
Right. You could use perlite and then you styrofoam the top so the roots go down into the perlite and it's aerated. Make
the
sure
air comes up and then the water's down there too. So
you got to make sure the perlite's above the water gurgler, the bubbler, or Mister. Which is the system you're using? Using a bubbler or a Mister?
it's the pipes are gonna be solid, and then you just put the cloth fabric on top of it. Then you run a pipe down the side of it. Use that to fill the bottom.
Okay, that's a
So the,
gurgler.
so the
Yeah,
water will be down there with the air pipe, with the pipe that's full of air.
right. That's a gurgler. I know either a Mister or a gurgler, like Will says. That's easy. All you do is attach a hose to it and let it go. Excuse me. You do have an air pump for that, right?
I'm not gonna use an air pump. It's supposed to be all natural. I was reading a book on it. I kind of used something like that when I was growing my wildwood weed in Washington.
Right. Oh, that's good.
If I need a pump, I got one out in the garage.
Good, good. Yeah, that's another thing I tell a lot of people. If you're going to grow foods for SHTF, you have to concentrate not summer crops. You got to concentrate on root crops, squashes, and beans.
I'm gonna try some tricky stuff this year. I think beets or something like that.
Oh, beets are easy. Well, all you have to do, well, you're not going to do it in the aerator. That's better for leafy stuff and tomatoes.
Yeah,
But
the leafy stuff and whatnot, I'm gonna grow underneath the planters
all
because
right,
I'm gonna have the planters up off the ground about 2.5 feet, so I
yeah,
don't have to bend over to get to them.
yeah, something like my system. You see my boxes,
Yep,
right?
something like yours.
Yeah, I have it on angle iron. I got tired of bending over. That way I can sit down and just work on whatever I need to. Also, you see my planters with my peas, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Use big pots and grow upwards. Grow tomatoes, grow beets straight up. There's a trick with that too. You get your planter, tube, plastic tube, big one, drill in 2 inch to 3 inch holes, put it in a tub of dirt, and fill the plastic pipe or tower with dirt, and you got a bigger planter that you grow from the tube, and then you could grow greens, you could grow beets, you could grow chards off the tube. Excuse me. And it doesn't take up too much room, as big as the pot you got below.
who's gonna grow rice? Fudge fork. You gotta grow rice fudge fork. You might have to put some compost in, Tibor, so you can grow carrots and beets. You could put in a raised bed so that you could do that.
I
Upside
know.
down strawberries. I did upside down tomatoes one year.
Yeah, that's easy. Let's see. I'm looking at Tibor's questions about clay. I farmed on Adobe clay right now. I'm working on mineralized soils. But with Ohio has Adobe clay, makes great bricks. Try grow stuff in it.
You thought you were gonna have to grow rice with all the rain. Where are you at, Biddy Boo?
Oh no, you have to be Georgia or Mississippi that grow rice, or north of us up
You
in
gonna take your fish for a walk?
uh,
Oklahoma. Oh yeah, it's been raining there pretty good.
yeah. Well, you wanted water. You're not under drought anymore.
But when it just starts warming up, you'll be wishing you had that water back. Hey, TR, how you doing? Good to see you.
ATR. Well, send it over here. I need 12 inches of water. I
Yeah,
live.
like I said, you're probably not liking it now, but uh, this summer when it stops coming down, you'll be wishing you had it back.
I have a whole dry lake bed behind me. I have the mountains in front of me, and I got a dry lake bed in back of me.
I'm doing great, TR. Glad you dropped by. Good to see you.
Sorry, Pepperdale. It's going to rain some more. That other tropical storm coming up, and we got this one going across the Atlantic. It's going to hit you about a week. At least it's not snow.
Yeah, we're not. It's looking good here. I don't even think it's supposed to snow here.
Now you probably get a cold wave.
We
Dry.
had some rain the other day, but that's kind of unusual for this time of year here. But I'll take rain all day long.
Oh, you don't want snow or hail. Well,
No, the hail already got my Jeep.
remember that hailstorm that clobbered it?
Yep.
Uh, yeah, you're right. It's going to rain again Monday in Oklahoma.
Low 40s in Canucada, you guys. That's pretty good. That's pretty warm there, Lori. Hey, old man.
That's Celsius. Hi, old man. Ugh.
Oh, you're pumping out the basement? Is that what you're saying? It rains a lot there, though. You got
That's
to have a bilge pump there.
right. Georgia, right?
No, Washington.
Washington, yep. Uh, well, like I said, water is a bit. If you have, yeah. If you have,
Global warming made by man's a myth. Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
It just goes in cycles.
Uh, but like I said, what is the next thing as a commodity? Like me, I live in a desert. So,
49 degrees in eastern North Carolina.
excuse me, Lori, it's Fahrenheit and 40 degrees in Canada. I thought you live in Alberta or someplace like that.
Eh, she hangs out with us Americans. She's got to talk in Fahrenheit. Down the hall.
Yeah, that sounds normal. Now I've been talking to my friends, and they're getting clobbered. I think east of you, well,
Your rooms are flooded out, old man.
that's not too bad. Uh, it's kind of weird. Now we're having the country's either really cold or or really warm.
Because we're starting to go from winter to spring.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody, change your clocks on the 8th. I wish they quit doing that. I think in some states they don't do it. I think it's Arizona.
Arizona quit. Ew.
Okay. Drain it for me too, old man. Go for me too.
Uh, yep, black ice. We still got that problem up in our mountains. I had a bunch of tourists ask me where's the mountains, and they were pointing out our foothills. It was funny as hell
You must be in Arizona then, Fuzzfork.
because our mountains are big back here. I was pointing at them, and they're looking like, those are mountains? Yes. You have to tilt your head back like that.
Last weekend in March, no, March 8th, Pepperdale.
Hi, familia.
Yeah, that's what they said, Kyle. I wish the whole United States would do that.
Ah,
Hey, Familia. Good to see you.
but Pepperdale, you live in England. Ah,
You can't find any there. Go to Walmart.
what they're looking for.
He's looking for banana popsicles.
Walmart has them. I just can't eat them, but Walmart has them. Uh,
What's everybody going to grow in their garden this year?
uh, I'm going to grow some tomatoes. I can't decide if I want to go back to, sweet or the grape or cherry. I was looking at the Millionaire's tomato, which is kind of interesting. I see I'm subscribed to the Rare Seeds. That's a catalog that puts out a YouTube video, and they show you all these wonderful kinds of plants. I'm,
Hey, Gil, how you doing?
I'm
You
thinking,
skate for a bit or what?
oh, there's Gil. Hi, Gil. I'm looking at the Ozark Millionaire's tomato. It's one of the original tomatoes, the start of the ketchup revolution in the United States, also the canned tomatoes in the 1920s. They called it the millionaire's tomato because a lot of people who are broke in the Appalachian and Ozarks started canneries and made canned tomatoes or ketchup, and that got them by through the Great Depression. And then we'll,
You guys, right after I get done here, Gil's going to be live.
yeah.
So make sure that you're sticking around.
So what are you going to try to plant other than beets and green stuff? Well,
Yeah, I think I'm going to plant uh, baby cabbage, where those called.
okay.
Uh, big cabbage, little cabbage.
Yeah,
Can't think of what the little cabbage is called.
I know what it is. Brussels sprouts or
Brussels sprouts, yeah. And then some tomatoes, some beans, some maybe some corn,
all right.
and some potatoes, and that'd probably take care of my area.
Yeah. Now you got to remember, you got to grow corn in a row or in a patch because they have to. The stalks only produce 3 corn, and it has to fall down and it has to go to the next plant over. So you have to grow them in 2 rows or 4 rows or a small patch, so the pollen can drift down.
Yeah, I always grew mine in rows.
So you're gonna do 2 rows?
Yep.
Good.
I'm gonna put one in, and then I'm gonna stagger where they go in. Like instead of being side by side, have them staggered, and that way the pollen can jump over from one to the other.
Yeah, Kyle knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, the millionaire tomato, the Ozark one, bleh. I can't pronounce it. Ozark millionaire's tomato.
Oh, they're out of all the popsicles, old man. Oh man, it happens here every once in a while. I can't believe they're out there. That's Washington.
Yeah, I got my regular in my main garden. I got Let's see. I got to start my sweet potatoes. Regular potatoes grow crappy here. I don't know why. I think it's the temperature.
Oh, I might try some onions too, Lori. Not the regular big ones, but
Green
some
one.
of the ones that are like radishes, like you
Right,
just
shallot.
around shallot or whatever they call them.
Yeah, the white little bulby ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are shallots. Those are easy to grow too. Just can't see it. That's the only problem. Ow. The only problem. Like I said, if you run out of space, grow vertically and into large pots. You can put the pots all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing, is using 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
That way, if I run out of space here, I can tie them to the fence down the way.
Excuse me. Ugh. But like I said, water, food is good commodities to barter and trade for. Nobody's going to want leatherworks where they're starving to death or thirsty to death. Afterwards, you can sell them like something leather, but right now, food or water is a good commodity to trade. Salt is a good commodity. I tell this people, nobody ever listens. If you go more than 200 miles away from the coast, salt's going to be like worth gold. Do you know why, everybody?
Well, you can desalinate the salt from the ocean.
Right. I live near the ocean. It's only about 200 miles away, but salt's used for food preparation, flavor, and stuff like that. But further you go into the uh, I can't remember where I'm at. Deeper you go into the United States, like Nebraska, Idaho, where's your local source of salt?
Store.
Well, yeah, but if they're run out, where are you going to get the salt from?
I'd go to the hardware store if I had to and buy me a salt block.
If they were out of that.
The mines, the salt mines.
Does Nebraska have a salt mine?
I don't think so.
Okay, so for how far can you go? I know Louisiana has one. I know Georgia has one. Missouri has one. So you have to go through those states to get salt.
I got a couple of big bags. I'm not worried about it.
Right, but like I said, if you deal in salt, remember, salary came from the Roman word salacious. Because the Romans were smart. They instead of gold, they paid the Roman soldiers in salt. And salt was king back then. Because
That's
you could trade it
gold. Yeah, it's like gold. Yeah.
Yeah, you could trade it with anybody. Not too many people wanted gold, but everybody wanted salt.
Where are they at, Gil? Where are the ones that people don't know about? Are there any here in my state?
You got to be careful. I know what you're talking about, Gil, on the salt mines. Some of them, those salts are either got sulfur in it or it has something else in it, and it's a little hard to digest. That's why a lot of people use them for salt blocks.
I would get a salt block. They have a hardware store right up the way, and you can just shave it off. As long as
Right,
you get that the other kind, just a
right,
regular salt block.
right. The white one. You don't want to get the
Yeah,
green
you don't want
one.
to get the other one. The other one
That one.
has,
You'll find out when you're sitting on the toilet for the next 3 days. I always laugh at people when they say that. I always say, get the white one, white one.
you gotta check where it's at. I can check too, but that gives him something to do while he's got that kid on his lap.
It's all right. But like I said, salt's king because you can trade it like gold. Excuse me. I hate taking that.
Same with honey. Honey will be a really good one to trade too.
Oh yeah, because sugar is going to be a commodity you would not believe, and honey's between medicinal and flavoring and preserving. Everybody would want salt, food, water.
Yeah, rock salt would be a good one, old man.
Yeah, rock salt, and then honey because it's a sweetener. Unless you want to grow sugar beets and start pounding that. Like, what was it? Modern Refugees was trying to make syrup, molasses out of sugar beets. Do you know how long it took them?
It probably took them a long time. There's a lot to that.
Oh yeah, and it smells too. Because our area used to grow sugar beets for cattle feed and for molasses,
Well, they have sugar beets here all over the place. They have big fields of them.
but they use that for cattle feed. They haven't
They have
processed.
sugar processing plant just down the road here.
Okay, wait.
Man, that stinks.
You know what I'm talking about, Will, right?
Yep.
That's a lot of work and it smells bad as hell. Uh, oh boy. So honey's a good commodity to trade or barter. Salt. I forget what was the other one. We had food and water. Uh,
Rock salt in the 12 gauge. Oh, yeah, that would get their attention, huh, Tibor?
uh,
I got shot with some of that stuff when I was a kid. That's not fun.
yeah, especially when they irrigate and use a probe to dig it out.
The last time I stole any watermelons from that guy.
Uh, yeah, watermelons and cantaloupes and the melon families. It's like watermelons related to cucumbers, but those are good trading items. Everybody likes watermelons. Everybody likes cantaloupe. And if you don't have a refrigeration, you could dip it in a cool stream. Nothing beats like ice cold creek watermelon. Am I right, Will?
Yep.
Especially on a hot day.
Hutchinson, Kansas, Louisiana, Detroit, Michigan, Western New York, Central New York, Syracuse, New York, Houston, Texas, and Grand Saline in Eastern Texas, and Saltville, Virginia. That's where you can find all your salt, people.
Yeah, but remember where you're at.
Hutchinson, Kansas would be the closest one for me.
Right. How far is Hutching from your place?
Oh, probably 12 hours anyway.
That's by car.
That's by car, yeah. It'd be like a week if I had to walk it.
And if you have, well, you got to have a horse. I don't think how much food and water you have to take for the trip, and plus you have to pack it back in.
Yep. You'd have to have a mule or a horse, yep. Pepper's another good one.
Pepper we could grow.
Hey, Andy Marsh. I'm doing
Hey,
good, thank you. Thanks for asking.
Uh,
20 mule team. There you go. Get the old team hooked up. Here we go.
yeah, that was borax.
20 mule team borax. Yep.
Yeah, and Gil showed it on one of his live stream. You have one for the borax, one for the water for the mules and the driver, because they're out in Death Valley. There's no
Barrels on the side of the wagon. Yep.
no. The one wagon was a tank. That's how much water for a 50 mule train. You have to have one tank with them. It's not because the normal barrel is only 50 gallons. That won't last them an hour.
I think I only have like 5 horses. Maybe some mules. Mules are pretty hardy.
Yeah, mules got to be it. Yes, Pepperdale, my relatives in Hawaii, we grow pineapple all the time over there, but it's a bromide, and it doesn't work.
Pineapple.
Yeah, pineapple bromide does not grow well in temperature above the equator because Hawaii's near the equator. So everything tropical has to be in that range because they try growing pineapple in Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi, total fail. Gets too cold.
Yeah, mustard seeds to grow there, old man.
Also, it takes 2 years to grow it to get fruit. First year you don't get fruit, you just get growth. Second year you form the pineapple, and then end of the second year you harvest the pineapple. Yeah.
2 wagons for the load and 1 wagon for the water.
Yep.
That'd be like a caravan.
50 mule team. Well, hi AJ. I think that's AJ. Remember, folks, I'm taking eye drops that cost me $1,000. I got a shot that's about $2,000, making me. Oh,
But you only have to take the shot once a week, right?
yeah, once a week. Oh, I don't want to throw up. Yeah.
Well, they gave me a patch and it don't even work. So at least you're getting something.
Yeah, the patch stinks. I had that for a while. Gave me a rash. Yeah, Lori, I know about the clove hunting, but that's hard. Now, clove honey is a process where you grow clover, but that's a lot of clover for only about that much honey.
We got to have a lot of milkweed to make a painkiller too.
Yeah.
Because you make a natural painkiller out of milkweed, but it takes a lot of it to make it.
Oh, yeah. Because I think that during World War One, the English lost their trade to opiates, and they were working on that and wild lettuce.
Yeah, clover grows everywhere in the wild.
Right, but you have to pick it.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend all day picking
Down on your hands and knees.
and pick.
And you got to keep the four leafed ones.
Not the leaf, the blossoms. So you're on your hands and knees and you. Yeah, nowadays it comes in a box.
You got to wait until they blossom before you can pick them.
Yeah, because you don't want the leaf, you want the blossom to make the honey. And that's like Lori said, that's a lot of work.
That sounds like picking dandelions before they go to seed.
Oh yeah. Also, you can make booze out of it too.
Yeah, you make dandelion wine.
Oh yeah, got a kick to it. No kidding. Fuzzy Fork. Today's women with their phones, I don't think any of them would go down to the creek and pound away on a rock. I think they'll probably shoot you with your own weapon. You go down and wash clothes.
Yeah, you do what you had to do. If you didn't have your washing machine and stuff, you would go down and do that. That or look now for one of those
Wash
scribber
clothes.
washboards. You'd have to go to secondhand stores or antique shops to find one of those.
I know Ace Hardware still carries it.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it's
Huh.
only $7.99.
I haven't seen one.
I'll go down to Ace Hardware. If they don't have it, they could order it for you.
Huh. I'll have to look for that.
Tell them you're a musician and you want the glass one to play. Remember those days when they used to use washboards on the old bands?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the scrubbers.
Me, I'm not too worried. I already got that, and I got what's it called, a ringer. You roll up the clothes and you put it through there, and you
You
crank.
just turn the handle. Yeah, my grandma had one of those.
Yeah.
She used to put them in the machine, sit there and make it go around. And then when it was time to go through the ringer, she'd come get me and say, "Okay, this is how you do it." She did one shirt, and then it was my turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Bucket and plunger will work creative, but if you have like kids, you're going to have a ton of clothes. I'm not kidding. The plunger works fine for like me or Will if we live alone. You know, put your stuff in there and go like that, like turning butter. But if you have like little kids, your wife,
Or if you don't like doing laundry and wait till it's all piled up, you're at a world of hurt.
oh yeah. Let's see you dry a pair of jeans and a salad spinner, CR. uh,
All right, you guys, we're gonna wind it down so I can take a break before Gil comes on.
yeah. I gotta take another round of medication.
Remember, at 5 o'clock, Gil comes on. I'll be over there.
Yep.
What's your topic today, Gil? I forget.
I think it's food storage.
Food storage. That's what it is. Yep.
Eat what you like.
And then on Monday, when we do the panel, you guys, we're going to be talking about sanitation, and Gil will be on that panel as well.
That's good. I gotta skip it. I'm babysitting that night. That's the trouble having grandnephews and nieces. After you barf on them, you have to watch them. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, thanks, Uncle Al. And I want to thank everybody that came by today. I will see you guys in about half an hour. I'll see you over on Gil's live stream. See ya.